Welcome back, everyone, to the Battle for Indiana. I'm Tanner Kinney. Joining me for the co-cast again is Nick Smith, and we're not getting the game that we promised you before the break. We apologize. There was an error with that, but instead of Manchester v Valpo, we're giving you Butler versus Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And
this should be a pretty good match, right? I mean, Butler again. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the record was, but I know they performed well in some of the games that we have seen. And IU is definitely one of the top teams right now. I think they're seated in the second slot right now. They're second place, and a win here would actually mean a lot for them in the standings.
Yeah, all right. And let's just jump right into it and look at the teams. On the blue side, we have Butler in the top lane, Siren in the jungle, MGL in the mid lane, Mac in the AD carry position, One Storm, and in the support role, we have Won't Be Banned.
All right. On the other side, we do have Wilkie for the side of IU. We have Wilkie in the top lane, the Terrians in the jungle, Speedy in the mid lane, Embedded in the bot lane, because he's embedded in the bot lane, and Rock Tank for support.
Yeah, it's again, like you said, Butler has been putting in some good performances. They, looking at the schedule, they did win against Valpo, and they did win against Manchester. So they're actually 2-1 right now.
Okay.
Same score as IU, who ended up losing to Purdue University.
Okay.
After the break.
And I think this game might actually decide on who gets second place or who's kind of at the top with Purdue. I think we can safely say right now that Purdue might be the best team in the tournament right now. We can be proven wrong, obviously. This game does decide who makes playoffs, so this is
incredibly important. Yeah, if Butler can win this game, then they get to playoffs, and to be honest, they upset the other teams that we didn't expect.
I mean, like I said, Butler is a huge wild card. We can't get a beat on them, though. We do have to look at strength of schedule. They've beaten the weaker teams. They've beaten Valpo and Manchester, the two teams that are already out of playoffs, already don't have a chance of making it. So we do need to keep that in mind. IU has beaten teams like Ball State, and the only game they've dropped is to the theoretical best team in the tournament right now. So IU is still a really strong contender.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to watch. I know that with everything on the line, both of these teams are gonna do everything they can to go for this win and to make it into the finals up against Purdue. And will they be able to match Purdue there? We'll have to see. It's gonna be a slobber knocker, that's for sure.
Yeah. Honestly, this might be the most important game left in the best of ones right now. So, I mean, a lot is on the line here.
Yeah, there's so much on the line, and will we see, like in the previous game, from what I could tell based on the match report, Saknom tore it up again. This is not Purdue. This is IU. I'm stupid. Jeez. Well, Saknom's doing great. Shout outs to him. But IU's been doing well. They have all the advantages that we talked about before. We're going to be getting into the draft right now. This draft is already done on Pro Draft, so we're just going to be going through a repeat of what happened. Pike was banned first, not a surprise. Rock Tank plays a lot of Pike.
And it's going to be interesting to see where IU wants to play around. The game that we have seen from them, they played around their bot lane a lot. And they did have pressure on every side of the map, so let's see if they try to go for the same idea of the full court press.
Yeah, the Maokai ban. A smart idea against IU, considering there are a couple of Maokai players on IU's team.
Maokai is a bit of a flexible champion. We haven't seen that much competitive Maokai played in support, but Maokai can be played in support. He's a good support champion.
Yeah, it was popular in the LCK. You saw people like, I believe, Carria picked it up. With the Senna, especially. So the Maokai support is a possibility. I think it was more like, I don't remember who else on their team played Maokai, but Maokai is a very, very interesting champ. Lilia got banned, and the Hecarim. Two horses taken back to the stable. They get to sit this one out this time.
And this top lane matchup is going to be really interesting. Jace is one of those champions that is extremely high risk, but extremely high reward.
Mm.
Jace can either win you the game, or he's gonna make it a 4v5. This champion needs to get ahead, and he needs to punish his laner.
Yeah, and MGL got his Vi again. Is this a good thing or is this bait? We'll have to see.
Oh,
the last time it was less than ideal, the Vi situation, but maybe things will look up this time around.
Okay, and something that I'm noticing right now with IU's comp right now is that they're very lacking in AP damage or in damage in general. I mean, Volibear, he still builds full tank and he still does some damage, but right now your only true damage dealer is Jace.
Yeah, it's act with the Ezreal too. That's actually not that much damage early on. The Ezreal takes a while to scale, and yeah, it's the Lulu and the Ashe in the bot lane. So another enchanter.
So I mean, this draft it's going to tell me how IU really wants to play this game. IU really needs to try and get Ezreal and Jace ahead. Those are the two damage dealers. Obviously, you can straight up visualize how the fights are going to go. It's going to be Malphite and Volibear diving in with Ezreal and Jace following up, right? It's going to be that over and over and over again. They are lacking AP damage, but that's not too much of an offense when Butler doesn't have any tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, and Volibear does provide a bit of AP with his... Mm-hmm. He has a bit of AP in his kit. Malphite probably won't go AP unless Speedy decides to be really ambitious here and go AP Malphite, which would be funny.
It might be the tech.
With the Malphite mid, we've seen two of them. So, maybe that's what he needs to do this game to get a little more damage on the side of IU. But yeah, there isn't really a front line for the side of Butler. Unless you count Vi as frontline. And maybe Vi will end up building more tanky this game? What do you think?
So right now, I actually think a lot of the responsibility this game on who comes out of the early game ahead is going to be placed on the junglers. Normally, it's like a combination of the mid laners with the junglers and stuff like that. But right now, we need to see MGL perform. The last game, MGL was a liability to his team. He wasn't playing that well, and it was a bad game. Let's see. I want to see if he can bounce back and really make the plays he needs to get his team ahead this game. He's going to have a pushing mid lane and a pushing bot lane. He needs to try and affect the top lane to try and keep this Mordekaiser still just in the game and get Jace to not accumulate too much gold. Like, Jace cannot get ahead. Jace will carry the game.
Yeah, especially against the squishy roster of Butler. The empowered shock blast are just gonna tear apart the Ashe and the Lulu. Unless Lulu is on point with those shields, it's possible. You can see it. But
moral of the story is, we need to see MGL make some plays. MGL needs to affect this early game and try and get his team ahead of a comp that eventually will outscale them. A team with no front line is it going to get outscaled by the team with a front line and two late game damage carry options.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road. It's gonna be a tough mountain to climb. Literally with the Malphite for Butler to overcome. But they've won a couple games in the past. They had a fairly decent showing at times against Purdue, right? So they have the potential to really show IU that they deserve to be in the finals, and maybe they do. We'll just have to wait and see.
And don't forget, guys, this game decides who makes it to the finals. There's a lot on these players' shoulders right now. I mean, we don't want anybody to try and crack under the pressure. You gotta stay calm. You gotta try and perform to the best of your ability. Play your comfort. I mean, we're seeing a lot of the same picks we saw on Butler last time. We see the Vi, we see the Lucian, we see the Ashe. Like, these are a lot of champions that we can tell that they're comfortable on, and they want to play to their comfort, play to their strengths, try and come out with a win here.
Yeah, and I know Sir Aaron, I believe, has a number of Mordekaiser games under his belt. So even though he may be a weaker link on the team, he can play Mordekaiser, And Mordekaiser, as we saw earlier today, can absolutely tear a game apart if given the chance.
And seems like we're going to be getting into the games.
Yeah, we're going to be loading in soon. Yeah, the Electric Bear. I'm just thinking about Volibear, how much I love Volibear, you know? Just what a great champion. He just runs at you. I guess that's what Vi does, right?
I mean, yeah, she dashes at you.
She dashes at
we definitely need to keep an eye on how Indiana moves around the map. Because, again, we have another one of those situations. Indiana is constantly wanting to press forward. They want to move forward. Like, they have a Malphite, they have a Volibear, they have a Thresh. They want to keep going forward and keep attacking.
And we got a quick load. We're getting into the game right now. On the blue side for Butler, we have Mordekaiser in the top lane, Vi in the jungle, Lucian in the mid lane, Ashe in AD carry, and Lulu bot lane. And on the red team for Indiana, we have Jace in the top lane, Volibear, Electric Bear in the jungle. We got Malphite in mid, once again, Ezreal on AD carry, and Thresh in the bot lane.
So one thing that I'm really worried about is once we do get past this early game, say we don't have any big early game skirmishes, or maybe we do and they just go even. When we get into fights, how is Lucian going to play the game? Because Lucian is playing into Lucian isn't that good of a tank strider. And he's playing into a Malphite, Volibear, Thresh, and a Jace who can one-shot him. Lucian's going to have a really rough time past the laning phase.
Yeah, he could pick up the Black Cleaver. I don't know if it's optimal. But that is...
It's not very optimal.
It's super not optimal, but I guess it's like an option. What if Vi picks up the Black Cleaver? That's not optimal either.
Maybe. It's really difficult. Their tank shredding options is down to just about Ashe and maybe Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser has Leandre's, he does a lot of percent damage. I think maybe the best way for Butler to try and play this game is maybe going for a 1-3-1, maybe playing the map, but we haven't seen that that's really in their arsenal.
Yeah, it's true. We're going to get started here. Spells firing out. Both junglers starting bot side, pretty standard. Standard starts across the board, looks like. Ooh, Jace is just going to try and get Mordekaiser off the wave immediately.
Yes, I mean, Jace, just about every game you have a Jace, you'll see a Jace do this. He'll push him off the first wave, make them miss that first wave of XP, and now he's going to be super late to level 2, so whenever the Vi is inevitably going to be a top lane, all of a sudden, Mordekaiser's still level 1, and Jace is level 2, and if there's a Volibear there, that's maybe a dead Vi.
Yeah, that's absolutely going to be a win. Oh, Lucian's going for an engage. He dashes in, gets the combo with the press the attack, does force the Malphite back. Malphite's got some potions he's chugging, and he's got a biscuit that he's chomping on right now. And
people don't realize how debilitating it is when Malphite presses his W and all of a sudden you lose so much attack speed. Like, I don't know if you've ever faced in a Malphite as an AD champion, and you're canceling your autos left and right because you're just not expecting how slow they are.
Oh, I play Malphite. So I'm the one who's absolutely bullying the AD champ. Speaking of bullying, Electric Bear looking for an early gank. On to Butler, going for the flash. He's going to actually take a ton of damage. Going to force a flash out of Mac. Here comes the Q, but the Vi comes back in with the punch herself, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Mid laners take each other out. And in the top lane, we got Jace going in on the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser taking a fair bit of damage with the Corrupting Potion, tearing him down. Mordekaiser so far behind right now. But yeah, 1-for-1 trade in mid, and 2 sums down for 2. Yeah, it's like actually it's like 3 for 2 sums.
Get another fight going on.
And we got another fight. Well, I'm thinking about summoners. Electric Bear, he's so strong early on. It's so hard to fight him when he's healing up with the Conquer. Well, he doesn't have Conquer. It's press the attack. But here comes Mordekaiser trying to rescue.
He has no flash.
Electric Bear turns it around. The shield comes in, and he's going to try and turn it. He actually does take out Vi, but it's going to be buffs traded back. Buff transfer complete for the Lucian.
Okay, but this is really good for Lucian. Lucian is getting ahead in his lane, and now he's going to be able to bully. He's going to be able to bully Malphite a lot better, especially now that he has a red buff too. He has 2 starting items. He has a Doran's Blade and a Corrupting Pot. He wants to win this lane and get ahead early, which is exactly what Lucian needs to affect this game.
Yeah, and he's already in a really good spot. He is looking very strong. This Malphite is just taking free damage. There's nothing Malphite can really do, trying to get as much CS as possible, as much EXP as possible, but just chugging those potions. It's all he's got for him.
Malphite still has TP, so it's not the end of the world if he has to end up just trying to soak this wave and backing, TPing back. As long as Malphite stays safe, doesn't hint away the early game, he's going to be fine.
Just kidding. Here comes Electric Bear. Oh, wait. Yep, here comes Electric Bear. He's running in.
Vi's right there.
Going for the stun, but Vi's right here, too. She returns the favor. The fire coming out from Lucian. The red buff's going to burn down, but not a lot of damage. Enough to make Volibear start sweating, but not enough to take him out.
And again, the Volibear needs to be playing towards his strong side of the map. He needs to be sitting around this bot lane. This dragon's about to be up. This is a free dragon. Like, just take the free dragon and let it be. You don't need to be ganking mid lane. You don't need to be blowing your sums for a gank that's never going to work in 1,000 years.
Yeah. Oh, TP coming in from Malphite, as expected. Just getting back to lane. And Vi's coming in. Vi's around. Wait, ward's not going to get cleared out. Just kidding. There was a pink ward. Pink ward has... How long has it not been pink ward? So many...
I don't know. I still say pink ward too. Oh.
Oh, we got a fight here. Jace is going in on the Mordekaiser, getting a lot of damage. The Corrupting Potion is ticking. Mordekaiser doesn't have a lot to return. He does have Flash. He's going to get forced to use it over the wall. And that's going to be a great play from Jace, getting the Mordekaiser out of the lane, forced to recall.
And these are just textbook plays that we see from Jace players all over the world. You push them in early, you get them low, you make them back, you make them have to take unfortunate recalls to get a huge minion lead.
We got Electric Bear coming in. He's going in for the stun. The Flash already out from Lunstorm, and that's going to be Lunstorm taken down. Amended gets that one. Pretty cut and dry right there. Stun into stun.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you're playing the spot side on Butler, you need to understand that you're the weak side of the map. You're the side that they can't play towards. If they go down, if you're extending too far out, you're gonna die. You're the weak side. Volibear's on that side of the map.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's probably they did not. They're gonna be resetting right now. Probably gonna look to eventually get this dragon, I'd imagine, with the pressure that they currently have bot side of the map.
I mean, Volibear's going to want to get his top camps and then move down to the bot side of the map. It's the most efficient way for him to get gold and experience and then also get the objective because there's no chance that Vi is going to be able to contest this dragon right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We saw Lucian pinging for some help there. Looking for... Probably Vi's going to come into mid lane. Vi is not level 6 yet, so we will not see the... Vi ultimate come in.
Hmm.
Right,
I'm not sure what Volibear is doing.
Wait, actually, we are going to see the Vi come in. The Culling coming out. Malphite going to be able to avoid it, and instead we watch this, which is more important. We watch Thresh clear ward, presumably just because Malphite walked away from the Culling. Didn't use Flash, did have to use Ultimate. His Ultimate is down, so that's going to be Malphite ult burnt before, presumably, we see IU going for a
nice
dragon. Ooh, nice hook, but no follow-up.
And we saw something really good from Vi is she actually went mid and helped Lucian push out his wave so that he can actually get a good recall timing. I'm sure they want to play towards this dragon, so Lucian needs to pie his items and he needs to be able to be out on the map as strong as possible to help fight any skirmish that comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, we see Vi's gonna get spotted out, or at least spot out Volibear, more like it. Looking around, posturing bot side. Both teams are aware that the dragon is gonna be what's happening as they take out their camps.
Mm-hmm. And the thing with Vi right now, all of her top camps are up. I mean, if she tries to contest this Baron, she's actively losing time in tempo, like on camps she could be taking. She's actively getting behind because she never went topside to collect camps. Whenever we saw Volibear walk topside, whenever he backed, he had the chance to take a few camps on his topside and then move bot side.
Yeah, and as we saw just there, Mordekaiser taking punishment from the Jace. This absolute lane bully. Not that much of a surprise that we see Jace doing that. Hook goes wide. Mordekaiser taking damage. A lot of people taking damage, but healing up with all the corrupting potions across the map. I like corrupting potion. It's oh yeah, here's what we got to engage. Yep, that's just gonna be Volibear charging in, stunning him up, and shocking him, bringing him down.
This is starting to be oh, nice hook.
Oh wait, we got a nice hook onto the Lulu. It's gonna be a pretty easy takedown, except maybe not necessarily. Vi is around. Vi's gonna be going for the ultimate. Ezreal brings her deeper than she probably anticipated. Played back into the turret. The hook does get flashed. I don't know if that would have hit anyways, but definitely a good idea. Lulu barely sidesteps the True Shot barrage, and good good all around for IU, other than losing the dragon. Oh, well, Wallabear.
So this is starting to be disastrous for Butler. Your one character your one player who was actually getting ahead, Mac, was just killed in another gank. He's having a bunch of pressure put on him. When that's your strong side of the map, you need to play around him. You need to protect him. And whenever he's pushing a wave like that, and he wants to pressure the map, he shouldn't be the one getting pressured.
Oh yeah, we see a play coming back onto the Ashe. Gets pulled in. No follow-up. Just letting her know who's in charge in the bot lane right now. Oh no, Mordekaiser got followed. Mordekaiser just wanted the mid lane, dude.
Swap so bad.
Oh jeez. He really wanted to fight that Malphite, and he just found the Hammerman back in mid lane.
The Hammerman.
Absolutely tragedy. Captain Hammer himself.
And with this information that they have on Vi, they know where the enemy team is, and they're going to use this information to play safe. Yeah, I mean, Jace has no chance of dying here.
They did get their swap. They did get the swap that they wanted.
Yes, they did. But I mean, now you're putting the strongest player on each team against each other, and what if Lucian ends up losing that? I mean, IU has other ways to go back.
Oh my god, Jace goes in, and it's absolutely... Wallabear is just like the icing on the cake there. Jace completely shut him down. The enchanted crystal arrow does land, but there's no one nearby, except for Vi, who was chilling.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, you're pitting each strongest player on each team against each other, and whoever loses that, well, there goes your early game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you need to play around Lucian. You can't have Lucian swapping up and down the river to help accommodate for one of the losing lanes. Let the Mordekaiser lose gracefully and keep your Lucian gaining a lead. Let him punish the Malphite.
Yeah, especially because Mordekaiser's already itemized into armor, so with the lane swap, what's that armor doing for him against Malphite? Malphite does have, like, a fair bit of physical, but he's mostly magic, so...
Yeah. I mean, as much as I get it, like, Mordekaiser wants to have an easier lane matchup. He wants to be able to try and stay relevant in this game, but at the same time, he's gimping Lucian by doing that.
Ooh, we got it. We got a surprise here. Vi steps out of the bush with the knockback, going for a number of punches. Here comes the excessive force. But unfortunately, the unstoppable force is more powerful as Jace and Malphite just stand on him and wait. And Lucian gets taken down once again. Unfortunately, despite having such an early lead, Lucian is just continuing to get shut down by the team by Indiana.
And congratulations, IU, you just won the early game. There's no more strong players on Butler.
Oh no, Mordekaiser's in danger. Oh, the phase rush. Gonna have to force the flash from the Mordekaiser.
Like, Butler cannot fight anymore. So it's now time to take a step back and try and consolidate your lead, but they're fighting.
Just kidding, they're fighting right now. Ashe going for the cutlass. She's got the cutlass. She got the enchanted crystal arrow. She does get the CC out, but yeah, not a whole lot that can be done, especially because neither of them had a lot of mana, and both Amended and Rock Tank are looking really healthy right now.
I mean, why do you take that fight? Ezreal has a whole item up on you. Why do you take that fight, right? You're just gonna burn your flash, and that's all that really came from that is you burned your flash. Oh.
Yeah, and like Lulu she doesn't have a lot of damage. She's not going to follow up with the kind of kill pressure that Ashe might want following the enchanted crystal arrow, but maybe this is the fight that Mordekaiser wants, locks him in the death realm, but that's more of a death realm for Mordekaiser than it is for Jace. Jace is absolutely locked in with Mordekaiser, not the other way around.
I mean, this is starting to look super rough. For Butler. I don't know how Butler can really come back with this to save the mid-game.
Oh, that's just going to get walked down unless Mordekaiser can pull off some crazy play. The flash, really good from the Jace to avoid dying at that dive. And take out Mordekaiser once again, despite all of the swaps. Mordekaiser continuing to get bullied by everyone in the game.
And Lucian no longer does damage to Malphite. I mean, Lucian with the Mirror Man ability didn't go Bork. He would have needed a Bork to even think about doing damage to Malphite, but now that Malphite has a Frozen Heart and Ninja Tabby, I mean, forget about doing any damage to him.
Yeah, the damage that we were hoping the Butler would bring out with this no tank comp. They don't have tank and they don't have damage. What do they have left?
I mean, their comp no longer functions unless they're ahead, and Oh, they're not ahead.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Dragon taken over very cleanly by IU. Cloud Drake and the Rift we're going to see is a Mountain Rift. Oh, Malphite gets a Mountain Rift. Oh, jeez.
It's going to be dirty. I mean, and if they get sold, that's 3 Mountain Drags. It's going to be sick to watch.
Oh, please, let him go. Let's just let him go. Let him go with the warning. Okay. All right, Mordekaiser gets pulled away. Ooh, we got an engage here. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow. All of the CC chain coming in from the Vi and the Ashe is going to eventually take down the Volibear. The damage here coming in from the Ashe is not as much as she would have hoped. The TP's coming in from Jace, but it's going to get interrupted. Or, no, that was not Jace. That was Malphite. Jace does die on the top side. And Malphite's going to keep looking for this fight. And instead, the TP's going to be coming in from Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser, yeah, should have... Not a bad TP location. A good idea. Maybe not executed as well as it could have. And he's going to get hooked in and flayed in. And he stepped up a little too far. And he gets locked down. And Sir Aaron... The only court he's going to be defending right now is the court of the jesters, perhaps.
I mean, and we saw some life from Butler there. They collected a couple shutdowns. They got some gold on some key members. Ashe got a big shutdown. Lucia got a big shutdown. And I mean, we're going to need to see more of that if they want to stay in this game. I mean, the longer this game goes on, the less of a chance they're going to have from winning, but we have another engage.
Yeah, Volibear's going to just jump in, get the flash. Both of them flash, and he's going to just easily walk this guy down. He's stepping up. Lucian's crying. There's no one coming to help him. It's just another... This Lucian has completely left the game. Not physically, he's still here, but emotionally, this Lucian is not going to be much of a character.
And I mean, we're gonna have to keep alluding to that early game lead that the Lucian had, that was just completely thrown away. I mean, MGL needed to try and step up, and he did for a little bit, but it came to a point when he just started leaving the Lucian out to dry, and Lucian can't take on the 1v2 by himself. Yeah, he wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Volibear's been getting everything done that he needs to get done for his team, while Vi is just picking up the scraps of what she possibly can, of what MGL can possibly can, and it's just so rough to be anyone on Butler in this situation. But is there hope? Where it's not over yet. What is the hope? Well, there's no hope for Mordekaiser, as he's gonna get engaged on.
He's gonna get away.
Yeah, he's gonna get away. The Glitter Lance keeps him slowed, keeps him safe. Jay steps up a little too far. The CC combo coming in for the pull into the knockback into the excessive force, which is gonna do what Vi's gonna do what she can. She's gonna slip over the wall. But this Mordekaiser, maybe not that threatening, but he is tanky. Except he still dies. Vi goes back in, does what she can, uses the stopwatch. Thresh also uses the stopwatch. That was the stopwatch of hope, but the Goomba Stomp coming in from Volibear, just flattening that guy.
Well, Ashe is doing a lot of damage.
On the back of the fight, Ezreal's doing what he can. Ashe is pulling out as much damage as possible, but Amended plays that fight incredibly well. Gets the kills, gets a triple kill, a lot of gold in the pocket, and that's going to be a clean ace. Well, not a clean ace, 2 for 5 in favor of Indiana.
I mean, it happened right before I said it. I mean, the best way for Butler to get back into this game is IU making mistakes and them capitalizing. Jace walking into the bush, that's a mistake. But they over-engage. They think they can win a fight that they can't when Volibear shows up and just dunks on everyone.
Yeah, he absolutely just got a fantastic way into the fight. It's, Vi is building tank this game, which is kind of expected. She needs
to. Unless Vi gets ahead, I think Vi should definitely be building some tank. I mean, maybe she can throw in some damage somewhere. It's just I play Vi.
It's so hard to itemize. Well, play the Vi because it's comfort. That's why it got picked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just not working out because Volibear is just better Vi. So,
I mean, yeah, like if you're gonna build tank on somebody, I mean, why not pick Zac? Why not pick Volibear? Why not pick Trundle? There's so many better tank options.
Thresh greeting for the ward. As a support, I respect the greed for the ward. Thresh is going to walk in, get the play. He's going to pop the stone play. He's going to get really tanky. Jace going in the back, but he's going to get killed by Mordekaiser. But meanwhile, Ezreal's arrived in the fight, and he is unbelievably strong. Malphite's taking out the front line, forcing back Lucian and Ashe. Ezreal picks up another kill, and Lunstorm's running for the hills while getting chased down by several tanky dudes and Ezreal. And gonna get to the tower, gonna get to safety, but that's another 3 kills, another 4 kills for the side of Butler, or not for Butler, and Butler got murdered. Right.
And I think that's kind of the story of this game. They're being chased down by a bunch of tanky dudes and Ezreal. What are they going to do against a Malphite that has, I think, almost like over 200 armor by now, and a super tanky bear that's just gonna do bear things on them? What are they gonna do? The Lucian has a Mira mana and attack speed boots. The Ashe has 2 items. They can't cut through all that armor.
Yeah, especially not right now. And well, Mordekaiser's not enough of a threat to make anybody build MR right now. You see Ninja tabbies literally across the board, other than Ezreal. But Ezreal also has an IBG, so. Oh, this team is going to be so tanky with the Mountain Drakes.
Ezreal already has 3 items. That he is the damage carrier for this team now. I mean, forget about Jace. You don't even need Jace anymore. Ezreal is going to be one-shotting just about any squishy member he sees.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty doomed. But Mac's going to go in, try and go for a fight. Gets the culling out. Going to get dodged, but there are several people around this Jace right now. Vi's gonna try and go in. Jace actually goes for an engage, almost takes down Lucian, but Lucian's gonna squeak away, and Lulu picks up the money.
Okay, that was really clean by Lucian. I like that.
Yeah, that was good play from the Lucian, absolutely. Mac is doing really well, as much as he possibly can. He's just getting a raw deal.
I mean, yeah, it's been rough. I don't agree with the Mira mana purchase. I do think he really needed to try and get a Bork as fast as possible here.
Ooh, here comes Mordekaiser locking Malphite in the Death Realm. Maybe not probably better than trying to fight the Ezreal in the Death Realm while he's waiting for people to come by, but he does have friends, but these friends don't want to step up either. They don't want to walk into Ezreal. This Ezreal is 10-0. He has 3 items. He's fully stacked. He's charged up.
So, I mean, IU is really accelerating this game because they know, they're so strong right now. Butler cannot fight. Butler can't protect their turrets. They have a Rift Herald. There's no fighting this. Butler just back up, give the turret, and try and protect your inhibitors.
Will they save Shelly? No, Shelly does take damage. The Unstoppable Force goes in the engage. The hook coming in the play. The CC chain onto the members of Butler. There's not a lot of hope. And then Volibear goes in. Does Goomba stomp the Ashe. Ashe is staying alive. She's doing what she can. She's doing as much damage as possible to chase. And the Ezreal just poke her down. And unfortunately, that's going to be a 4-for-1 in favor of Indiana. And Lucian's going to be licking his wounds. He's walking away. And Shelly's going to get another charge off.
Again, I mean, IU's so far ahead, they're just stat checking them. They're just running over them because, I mean, it doesn't matter if they make mistakes now. They're going to win. They're straight up turret diving or fountain diving.
Yeah,
and the game's over.
That's going to be curtains for Butler. So it looks like we will be seeing Indiana in the finals.
Right. IU moves on to the finals, and it's well-deserved. We are going to be seeing Purdue and Indiana University in the finals. It's a classic clash between 2 storied colleges.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is one of the matchups we predicted at the start of the day in terms of what to expect in the finals. So it's gonna absolutely be great because Purdue has been tearing up this entire tournament. They beat Ball State. Purdue has beaten Ball State. We do not have the results of Manchester versus Valpo yet, but yeah, it's gonna be Purdue is 4-0 right now. IU is 3-1.
And I mean, you have to say, it definitely looks like just a 2-horse race at this point. Because I'm pretty sure Ball State did lose to Purdue. It seems like it's been a 2-horse race the entire tournament. What can we say other than Indiana and Butler have run over all of the competition?
Yeah, but we still will have one more game before the finals. We will be seeing Valpo versus Indiana And even though Indiana's made it to the finals, perhaps Valpo, with no stakes, perhaps Indiana and Valpo will decide to give us a happy game.
It should be a fun game.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe we'll get some cheese, or maybe they'll play it straight. They are still competing for points because that the individual wins do still matter in terms of getting points. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. So when we come back, you will see the match of Valpo versus Indiana. But until then, stay tuned, and we're gonna go ahead and go to break. So thank you for watching, and get ready. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be good. Thank you for watching.
Stay tuned.